Before we get started, let's talk about when analysis and modeling of requirements are done. Even though we have a distinct phase for them, I really want to underscore you don't have to get trapped into a mindset where you feel like you can't do analysis and modeling until all the requirements are gathered. That's simply not how it's done in the real world. I would say that about 20 or 30% of the analysis and modeling we typically do in a given project is done while we're gathering the requirements. That's fine, and that's natural. Think of the phases of our methodology, or really any methodology, as loose guidelines. Okay, with that word out of the way, let's start transforming our requirements. The first question is strategic. What methods will we choose? Since this is a relatively short scenario, I'll just pinpoint 3 of our tasks, and then we'll figure out how best to analyze them. First, we have some indication of a problem. Solomon and Martha have conflicting opinions on what the most important goal of the project should be. Since we have stakeholders with conflicting needs, it'll make sense for us to perform a stakeholder needs analysis. Next, we have a lot of miscellaneous input that we need to transform into structured information, and we also have some big things to take apart in order to create our detailed documentation. We'll probably end up having to do a few different types of analysis without even thinking about it, but the big one we'll need to perform is a decomposition analysis. And finally, you may have noticed that our scenario is very process related. Accordingly, as part of our project, we'll have to document how the process works today. For the current state description of how it works, we'll put together a swim lane flowchart. Well, technically, no, we won't. We'll actually use Doug's BPMN diagram and just pretend it's a swim lane flowchart. Got it? Good. Let's start with our stakeholder needs analysis.